Welcome to the Spiritual Development Channel. I'm Nasi Yashuvel, and today we're going to discuss the spiritual science behind the clean and unclean laws of the Bible. Many of us today, we focus on what we take in our body and what we eat and trying to eat clean and trying to eat alkaline. And typically we tend to neglect the spiritual guidelines that's also given in the Bible on how we conduct ourselves and how to maintain optimal health in the body. And maybe it's because sometimes we just look at it like religion. But many try to search the world and go into different belief systems, Hinduisms. Some people even find themselves into Buddhism. Some even venture off to different belief systems, even Egyptology, so to speak. But what if I told you the way you were taught your Bible was wrong? That spirituality that you're looking for is right before your eyes. And no book touches on it like this. All right. Many of us heard that Hebrew word chai, and it means life. But if we go a little more in depth, you will understand it is more to it. It's like your chi is your chi or your prana. What is that? It's your vital force. That life-giving force and that universal energy that travels in currents around your body. And many also associate that chai or chi or prana with the breath. Genesis 2:7, that nishmat chayim, as you know it as the breath of life. This is in line with the numerical value of chi, which is 18. It's funny because this is the average amount of breaths a human takes a minute. The number 18 is also synonymous with the 369 spiritual vortex math that was discovered by Nikola Tesla that surrounds that body. Remember, we were talking about that universal current that surrounds that body. If you look at the diagram of the 369 vortex, you'll see a red triangle above. That's actually the symbol of fire. The ancients were aware of the spiritual vortex that governs the physical body. This is why man in Hebrew is Aish, or fire is Aish, and the word for man is Ish. Almost identical, alluding to the passion of man that he needs in order to create. When we lose Kai, Prana, or Chi, we experience a blockage from the divine inspiration and lack desire. The Torah tells us that we become unclean during certain acts. After man ejaculates, when a woman is on her menstrual, when she gives birth, and when someone touches a dead body or people with certain diseases. Well, you know what's interesting about when a man ejaculates, a woman on her menstrual, or when a woman gives birth? Chi or chi or prana is weakened during these times and need to be restored. That chi that's built up around your organs, that's vital for living, is partially drained. See, the Hebrew word for this period is tameh. It means unclean. Well, that's what the Englishman translated. But unclean is really not a true meaning. It means to close or shut up. It means you refrain, or as you're preserving it. The Hebrew pictograph gives you a tau and a mem. These two words symbolizes a container of water, to preserve something in the container, or even a container of water that we use to wash. Remember, this life force is symbolized as an upward triangle, that which is the symbol of fire and represents passion. Notice when a man is done ejaculating, his passion or desire to be touched is almost depleted. Okay, let's go on the chemical level. On the chemical level, the oxytocin that's released after sex knocks off the man's testosterone, leaving a man with no drive. Also notice that women are usually on their menstrual, they lack inspiration or are feeling down. Things that happen on the physical is a reflection of the spiritual. When you become unclean, you must separate yourself until your life force is restored or purified. This purity is called tahor. Also, the Bible is so on point and the Torah is so on point with breaking down this spiritual energy and how to maintain it, that we see in Exodus 19 when the Creator tells the people to prepare to meet him. He says, refrain from a woman 3 days. Do you know how long it takes a man to restore his chi after ejaculation? 3 days. Thank you. Welcome to the Spiritual Development Channel. I'm Nasi Yashuvel.